Okay, morning everyone. My name is Mina Hussein Tisha, and today I will be presenting to you about a successful task that I have done at work and how I basically made decisions, approached any problems I had, and how it was successful and how it had impacted other people. First, I would like to talk to you about the company that I work for. Car Free Hire Limited is a claims company where basically people who have car accidents, want to claim personal injury, or want to hire a car uh, for their for their use. They are growing. They're a small company of two people. However, they are high in demand. They provide very uh, mm, they are high in demand, and they provide and then and they win many cases. And because of high demand, they obviously need to high demand. They needed someone to help them grow, um, become more professional, and help them to manage the um, the increase in workload that they have. They have hired me as a receptionist to to do the general work of welcoming the guest, to do an admin work. However, they have also given me certain tasks uh, within a month of hiring me to to see that if I could create a more professional atmosphere at work. Um, some of them are not professional at all. They're very good at their jobs. However, they have as as there are only two people working together, there are some things that they could do to become more professional, to seem uh, to see that to show their clients they are very serious people as well. Also, they asked me to bring a order and system to the existing filing system that they have, to improve it and check on the old cases what they're missing, and to ensure that any new cases that they have, that it is properly checked, everything they need is filled in, and that everyone is following the right method of work. And one very important task that I was given is to improve the internal communication. Um, at Coffee Hire, they had internal phones where they communicate with each other. When a client comes in and they want to see either the director or the case handler, I would usually have to go to the other room to let them know who it is, and then come back into the room to tell them, oh, the director said this, and the client would tell me something else. I have to go back in, which is not time efficient at all. And when I use the internal phone, the client would get a bit agitated, and he would, because after going through a serious car accident, they're all very worried about their case, and so they would demand to see the director and the case handler more than they actually would need to. And when they would hear me talking to them over the phone, they didn't like it. They wanted to see them face to face. So there was a lot of problems with the communication internally. Um, Also, between the workers and my director and the case handler, they would usually shout over the rooms, and which did not create a very professional atmosphere. The clients could usually overhear that, hear information that they're not supposed to, and it doesn't create a very good impression. I was also been told to improve the communication, understanding with clients going through an accident or any making a claim is very is can be very um, agitating. They can become very demanding, as they feel that um, they feel that the case to be solved quickly, and they don't understand the part that the case handler or the director have hundreds of other cases going on at the same time. So I would have to create a communication between the client and the director to make sure that the clients are getting the attention that they need, that the director are giving them the attention, that they're getting the correct information properly, and that the clients are not taking up too much of the director or the case handler's time. So once I'm given this task straight away, I have make some decisions to make some decisions and make a decision. First of all, I just to have regular meetings with my supervisor every morning, so we can plan the day ahead. I like to be very organized, and I like things to be structured, not on a weekly basis, but on a daily basis. So first thing we do, we decide what we can do, what we need to do today, urgently get them done, and on if the spare time we should catch up on our previous work to make sure that we finish all our tasks. I've also introduced an Excel appointment system. Coffee did not have any appointment system or a record of what they do. Whether, let's say, case, for example, a case handler sees a client, gives them the information, and the client goes and comes back in again, but this time sees the director would not know what sort of information the case handler might have given the client or what they talked about. So with the Excel appointment system, what they basically do, it keeps a record of when they see the client, who sees them, and a brief note of what sort of information they were given. That helps the client and the director to communicate better, and the case handler, because now they know what information is being passed around and there is no repetition or wrong messages. Also, I've introduced Microsoft Network to Live Messenger to be used for internal communication rather than over the phone or me or myself going around the room to pass the message along. Using the Live Messenger, when a client comes in, I can take his name, details, and what questions he has, and pass it to the case handler and the director straight away, without the client knowing who I'm talking to. And because the director and the case handler and myself always have a computer or a laptop right in front of us, we can respond to each other very quickly and resolve any issues for the client within minutes, without the client needing to see the director or the case handler, and without feeling that the case handler director are avoiding them. If you could turn to the next page, I will talk to you how I approach certain problems while I was trying to achieve the task I was set. A few things at work I've noticed that the work environment could seem at times a bit unprofessional, because there'll be a lot of shouting over the rooms, or there'll be times when the day is not planned, that my work colleague would spend time on the personal matters, making calls, shouting, maybe sometimes even swearing, which I don't do. So what I've done, I have addressed them. I haven't addressed in a way that it would seem like I'm attacking them or telling them off in any way, but rather I've told them that, oh, I've actually heard this over the room. The time I've heard that maybe it's not the best idea to talk so loud or on the phone, because it's not that professional. I approach them in a very, very friendly manner to make sure that I don't seem rude at all, and they have listened to me very well, and have stopped shouting or being so unprofessional at times. And also it made me feel that part of the company even more, because they did not treat me as just a receptionist who had a set task, but rather someone who they work with in a team. Also, another problem I had was the customers, the clients we had are very, very demanding, and they would that they could talk for a long time. They need someone that to listen to when they're going through with all these problems, claiming and everything else. I always listen to the client's needs and try to resolve it in a very quick, friendly manner, in a friendly, professional manner, but not take so long that I fall behind on any of my other work. I always make them feel comfortable and let them know that I am doing something to help them. Also, another problem I face that sometimes old habits get in the way. If you're used to shouting over the room, even though with the new system, you might continue to do that. And think like, you know what, it has worked before. Why should we not continue? But what I do is I motivate the workers at my colleagues at work. Let them know that the new communication system does work. It has worked, and that they should stick to it for them to grow further and become more professional as a company and help them to grow. And by focusing on the outcome of our achievements, it helps them to motivate to continue using the system and make it a success. How I know that this project and my task has been successful is because I have ticked all the boxes they've asked me to do. I have improved the communication system internally and with the clients, with introducing a Microsoft Network, Live Messenger, and Excel appointment system. And these solutions were cost effective and very achievable. And how I also know that the work I've done for them was successful, I have been in contact with them after I have left Carfree Hire to further my education at Bedfordshire University, that they continue to hire another receptionist who are following the communication system and are growing as a company. Also, from the work colleagues, this project has impacted myself, my work colleagues, and even every time I meet people, even at my university, my workers have told me that they felt very reliable and they have trusted me very much with all their work, and because I have fulfilled my duties, they feel that they can trust other people welcoming into their business, and it has saved a lot of the time with the communication system. And with all the skills I have learned at Carfree Hire, I have actually taken it to my university, and every project that I take part at my university, I always play the leadership role. Not because I'm bossy or I like to have things done in a certain way, but rather because my team members feel that I'm very reliable, I'm structured, I do get the work done, and that I am very hardworking and I do show results. We always get the highest grades in the class, and each of my team members always learn something from the projects rather than someone being laid back and not doing anything. I motivate them, I help them all work together. And I also noticed that my team members would, when we split and join other teams, that they follow some of the tactics that I have used. They use it to help their team members. And overall, I believe that the projects I have done at Carfree Hire was successful, and it shows that I have a lot of leadership skills. I am very good with problem solving, and whatever I learn from my education or work experience, I always apply to wherever I'm working next. Thank you for listening, and is there any questions that I could answer?